Alright you guys, this is how you fix an Aquarest spa that's leaking. Now, at first I thought the culprit was this jet right here, because I would lose water until I got just below the level of this jet. And I would lose it even faster when I was circulating. But it's a pain in the ass. You got to dig out a lot of foam in the backside here to see anything, which I did, but I noticed the foam around that jet wasn't wet. Well, the foam over here beneath where the intake is was very wet, and I dug all that out of there, and I had two problems. One was up in there. There's a valve for the little waterfall. That valve was broken, and I could never get it to stop squirting water out the top. So what I did was I just eliminated this valve. I don't need that stupid little waterfall thing, and I chopped that hose there. Oh, by the way, the foam was drenched all around where this thing was, which was up in there. Okay, so these Aquarest spas aren't easy to work on because there's so much foam, but if you do have a leak, that foam's going to be really wet, and that's actually where it comes out the easiest. It just peels apart like a sponge. So that being said, you can see in there here too. What I did was the 3/4 inch line. I capped it. I put a little PVC glue, screwed a cap in there, and clamped it real good. That was the water supply to that valve that was leaking really bad. It goes to the waterfall valve, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And then yeah, on the bottom of this intake, it looked like it had been leaking too. And so what I did is I went to Home Depot and I got 2 sticks of epoxy putty, and that stuff's really easy to work with. And I just did 1 stick at a time, mixed it all up, and rolled it into a tube long enough to go around the diameter of this. And I did 1 stick first, and then I did another stick, mixed it up, rolled it into a tube long enough to go around here. I squished them all together. That stuff says it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get rock hard, which I did this 10 minutes ago and it's almost already rock hard. So that should take care of that leak. And me plugging that other line and eliminating that waterfall pump, you know, I don't really need that waterfall option there. I guess if I really wanted it, I could have went on Amazon, found a new valve and all that, and replaced all that. But this was the easiest way to fix it for me. And at the other end, where the water, I'll show you, for the waterfall would come out, what I did was, well, I didn't have somebody over here to hold it for me while I put a cap on the other side, so I taped the fitting back into place, and it's threaded on the other side. It's just a 3/4 inch thread. So I got a 3/4 inch cap from Home Depot, stuck this back in there, and just capped it on the other side so we won't lose any water out that hole there. So yeah, that's how you fix a leaking Aquarest spa. Like I said, at first I thought it was this jet here, just because my water stopped leaking right at that line. But if you look back here, that jet, that's hard to see, but is actually the same height as the intake. So as soon as the water was low enough not to go down in the intake, I stopped losing water. So that's how I knew I also had a leak at the bottom of the intake where the plumbing is. Yep. The valves, the jets I don't think they'd pop apart like on a normal hot tub. They are so encased in foam. The foam they put around the jets is harder than the rest of the foam. So they've got two kinds of foam in here. They've got the large expansion foam, which is pretty soft. You can see it's pretty easy to pull apart. But the stuff they put around the hoses and the jets is really, really hard foam. So that's this stuff here. Yeah, we can't peel this stuff apart near as easy. And so that tells me that anybody with one of these Aquarest spas, they're all full of foam and hard to get to anything. If you do have a leak, it's probably going to be the same issue that I had. I doubt that it would be one of the jets, just because they're so encased in that hard foam. I don't think that the plumbing could ever come loose on those things. So yeah, hope this helps somebody out, because we're about to order a whole new one of these spas and spent a lot more money than we had to. Now it's quite a mess. That's just some of the foam I had to dig out of there to get to it. The rest is in the dumpster here. Yeah, I'm sure you guys really wanted to see that. But if you want to save your spa and not have to spend another $3 grand or so on a new one, that's what you're going to have to do. These Aquarest spas are convenient. The way they're plastic and you can just roll them around through gates and stuff, and get them into tight places. I've got this one in a pretty tight place on my patio, and we really love this spa, but it just kept losing water and losing water, so I was always having to fill it and circulate it, and it was just a nightmare. So I'm glad I finally got that cleared up. And like I said, yeah, anybody else out there with the Aquarest spa that's leaking, this is what you got to do to fix it, and I hope this helps somebody out. Have a nice day.